Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. My name is Rabia Carvalho. I'm a life coach and Reiki master based in Durban, South Africa. In this video, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the habits that will better position you to achieve your objectives. If this is the first time that you have seen one of our videos, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the bell next to it so that you can be notified of new videos as and when they come up. Also, feel free to go through our list of previous videos, which really are all about preparing you towards establishing a dream, finding out what it is that you're wanting to do, getting yourself geared up for it. And so this is yet another installment, and in this one we're dealing with your habits. If you are one of the people that wakes up late or that rushes off at the last minute to a meeting or that tends to always be late, I want to encourage you to look into time management. It really is a skill that can change your life and that can change the perception of other people towards you, towards your company, and so forth. To manage your time and that you are always on time and well prepared. I know it sounds like it's needless to say, but you'll be surprised how many executives slip up on the small issue of time management. Time management is a skill. It can be learned and it is something that you can work on. Talking about time management, the second habit is make use of all the time you have. So the one thing is dividing your time up carefully, prioritizing correctly, and making sure that you're prepared. The second thing is make sure that you use all the time available to you. We often like to think about people out there who have maybe succeeded, reached great heights in their discipline or in their careers or financially or whatever it may be. And we don't recognize the work that it takes because somehow we think those people must have more hours than we do. They don't. They've got the same 24 hours that we do. They just don't spend 10 of them sleeping and another 5 of them watching TV, because let's face it, we live a box life. We do everything is out of a box. Food is in a box. We wake up in the morning. We, might eat our cereal out of a box. We go to work. We're in a box. We're in the office. We come back home, get in the box, drive in the car, come back home, and we get home and we maybe have a box TV dinner or something. And so we're not feeding ourselves correctly. We're not taking care of ourselves correctly. It's almost like our dream is worth the respect that we have for it, but we are not, and we forget that we are part of that dream. And if we don't take care of ourselves and use all of our time effectively, then we are robbing ourselves of performing at our very best. So what am I talking about? I'm saying basically wake up early, set your alarm clock, and when that alarm clock goes, as soon as that alarm clock goes, try to get a picture today of what it is that you want to achieve just today. Something small, something that is your very next step. What is it that you're wanting to achieve as a very next step in a particular area in your life? Focus on that. See yourself achieving it. See yourself obtaining it. See yourself speaking to the people that you need to speak to, perhaps being in the meeting that you need to be in. See yourself succeeding in that area. Why do we want to do that? Because that is an excellent use of our time. The very, very first 20 seconds to half an hour of the time that we have when we wake up determines what our day is going to be like ahead. So does the time before we go to bed. So in the morning, you're visualizing what's coming for the day, and in the evening, you are focusing on your dream. You are visualizing being in that position of what it is that you're wanting to achieve. So allow yourself to visualize it, to experience it as though it is there. And how is that difficult, Rabia? That is difficult. I can't do that. Well, if I say to you, you have a strawberry in your hand and smell the strawberry. You can smell that beautiful freshness. You just know what it's going to be like to bite into that strawberry. It's going to be a little bit of a crunch, and then it's going to be this juicy sweetness of a strawberry. Now, that is already created in your mind. Experiences are created in our minds first, and in reality second. So we don't want to wake up in the morning thinking, oh my word, I've got this meeting, I've got that going on, I've got that going on. Do I really want to do this? No, we want to wake up in the morning and before the feet hit the ground, we want to say, in this day, here's one thing that I can see myself succeeding in. And this is how I'm planning on succeeding it. In other words, let me visualize it. So we use our time. The first 20 seconds to half an hour is a long time, but it depends on what you're doing. If you're going to have a meditational practice, if you're going to have a prayer time, or if you're just going to lay there and visualize, it will take different amounts of time for you. You may want to watch your breathing in that time. Take yourself to a quiet place. Take yourself to a place where you're not going to fall asleep, but it's a place of heightened awareness, not a place of quietened awareness where you're wanting to go back to sleep. How do you heighten your awareness? By zooming in on the detail of what it's going to feel like. What are you going to look like? How are you going to be dressed? What is the other person perhaps going to say? So visualize. Have this occurring in your head before it occurs in reality. Visualize it. This way you gear up your brain to say, I can do this. This brings me to our next habit. And the third habit is to really practice self-love and self-care. We need to practice self-love and self-care. Very often we rely on other people to boost our ego. We rely on them to boost our self-esteem. We rely on them for our self-worth. But we shouldn't, because as babies, we knew when we were born what it was that we wanted, and we cried when we needed assistance and people came. But we have grown up now. So here's the double-edged sword. Some of us grow up and we feel we are no longer worthy. Somewhere along the line, our self-worth got lost, and unless someone is loving on us, we can't love ourselves. On the other hand, we get people who develop a sense of continued entitlement. So when they were babies, they expected their nappy to be changed. Now that they're adults, they expect everything to be done for them as well and handed to them on a platter. If we forget that we are an individual with dreams and aspirations of our own, we place all of our self-esteem in the hands of another person. Now that is dangerous. I've never seen that work out positively, because either the person will become very dominating, or the person will run for the hills and like, just do something, find yourself some friends, go and do something, get out of your head. And this is the thing, is we stay inside our heads. So in self-love, we practice self-love by doing small things for ourselves. Something as simple as writing a note on your phone and making it your wallpaper where it says, I am worthy. I love me. I can do it. This sounds like very simplistic things, but write it on your phone. Write it on your mirrors. If you've got walls that wipe off, or perhaps your wardrobe is one of those where you can, it's a mirror, you can wipe it off, or maybe it's some material that you can wipe things off. Take a water-based marker and write it on there. I love myself. I've got this. I can do this. I believe. These are important things to keep telling yourself to boost your own self-esteem. And in taking care of yourself, it's not just the esteem that we need to take care of, but the body as well. Now, in order to be the kind of person that you're going to be when you achieve those things and that career growth or that business growth that you're wanting to go to, you need to have a certain amount of energy. In order to have that energy, you need to make sure that you are eating correctly, sleeping sufficiently, not too little but also not too much, sleeping sufficiently, and that you are actually exercising. So in other words, moving your body. We were not made to sit in chairs and use two little fingers to tick, 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 tick away. We were made to use these wonderful machines that we were given to take care of them, to nurture them, and so forth. So get into the habit first thing in the morning, thinking about where you're going to be today. What are you going to achieve? Visualize yourself achieving it. Say to yourself, I love myself. I can do this. I've got this. If you have a particular talent, tell yourself, I'm really great at this, or I'm really great at that. That feeds your own self-esteem. When your self-esteem is higher, you believe in yourself more, other people will believe in you more as well. and then eat correctly. So get up and have a good breakfast if you are not doing something like intermittent fasting, in which case you would obviously delay your breakfast and have water. So before you have your breakfast anyway, you should be having a glass of water because the stomach is dried out overnight. The body does need water. So first thing you should be doing is reaching for that glass of water once your feet have hit the ground and you've done your exercises, or before your exercises. Have your water. Drink your glass of water so that you're energized and you're ready to start with your day. Then go out and seize it. Go out and do it, because the world is your oyster. So time management, very important. Self-care, very important. Making sure that your body, your mind, and your spirit are ready to tackle what this particular day brings. And if you do that every day, it won't be long before it's a week of successful days. And it won't be long before it's a month of successful weeks. So I wish you all the best with that. Please do hit like on this video if it has spoken to you. Do feel free to share it, tag your friends, anyone that you feel may benefit from this message. We are, after all here to serve one another. So have an awesome day, and we wish you the very, very best in chasing your dreams. Assalamu alaikum.